Hello everyone, and thanks for joining me today. We are grabbing one of the last artifacts, and this one is called the Artifact of the Cunning, and this is the last one, and it is a underwater cave to grab the artifact. So right now, it did take me a little bit to actually find the place because it got really lost. But however, I am on a Balosaurus, which would become it comes in handy because of the electric eels and other stuff that electrocutes you. And being on a Balosaurus, the effects aren't, you don't feel them, I guess, in so many ways. So this cave, I did get a little bit lost. However, it's very straightforward once you know where you're at, and there are a lot of dangers. I did encounter a couple of alphas, as you can see right now, and it's a really good place to also find the squid looking dinosaur. I forget what it's called. However, you will need that to actually summon the overseer. You will need some stuff in this cave that will help you summon the overseer. Okay, so as you can see right now, all those shocks and attacks, the Balosaurus is really good for that. I did bring with me a couple of megalodons, as well as what else did I bring? Right, sorry, and also some baryonyx. So I got my Balosaurus, my megalodons, and my baryonyx. Now with these, I think I have 5 of them all together, a mixture. However, these really helped. So I got 3 baryonyx, 2 megas, and then I'm on the Balosaurus, which you want to because of the electric eels and those little jellyfishes that nobody likes, right? So yeah, like I said, this cave was a little bit tricky. I don't feel like it's a really hard cave. Maybe it was because I was on my tames most of the time, and they were pretty high powered, and I didn't lose any of them. But it's just they do, as you can tell right now, they do like to swarm. So just as a heads up, if you don't have anything that can take that much damage, then be advised that everything aggros on you as soon as you come up to it. I always like to take care of the jellyfishes on my Balosaurus, just because those, they do affect the baryonyx and the megas, and I wanted to keep them alive as much as possible, just because I wasn't sure of what dangers I was going to encounter here. So I always went ahead and tried to get them before they actually come towards me. And another thing, it's really easy to get really heavy, just because everything's swarming at you. You're eating everything unless you change your settings. So just as a heads up, if you do notice that you're a little bit slow, it's probably because you have a lot of items. Alright, so while I just explore here and try to attack the last angelfish that I found, just because of the resources, because this is a good place to actually find a lot of underwater things that you can't normally get, just because we are kind of in a closed environment. And since I have a pack of my dinos, I'm not afraid to go out and actually grab some of the resources, because I know they're going to be there to help me out. But it is highly recommended that you use some type of scuba gear in this underwater cave. If you just want to pass through everything, one set should be fine. However, if you're gonna be spending there more than enough time, or your dinos may not be strong enough, or if you're going in there solo, whatever your occasion is in this situation, I will always highly recommend you to bring several pieces of armor. I went ahead and did one at this playthrough, or this time around through the cave, just because I do have about 6 dinos with me, and they're pretty strong. They're at least a 30 level or higher, and I think one of my baryonyx, I think it's like level 86 or something like that. But however, these dinos, I set them up to where they're for caves. All of these 6 that you see here are for caves only. So I did their health, their a little bit of stamina, definitely their melee damage, and a little bit of their weight, just enough for me to carry at least some resources, because I do have cryopods with me, and then when I cryo them, I'm gonna have to carry all those resources back with me. So obviously, you know, just be aware of where you put your points in or how much you're carrying, just because sometimes if your dinos are carrying too much, you will lose them. It happened to me several times, even in this cave where I couldn't find one of my megalodons just because it had so much items on it. And if you need any other helpful tips or anything like that, then I highly recommend you using the Ark Wiki. They always have amazing details of each cave, boss fights, and everything like that. And I will post a link in the descriptions if you haven't seen that already. But that Ark Wiki comes really handy, especially when you don't know what you are up against. One thing that I do like to do is actually clear out the area before I actually go try to grab, to go grab the artifact, just because I don't want it to be where something happens and I lose everything and I still have to go through the cave again. I do have like a camp near the cave, so if something did happen, I can spawn at the camps, not the campsite, but at the at the bed in the campsite that I made, so that I wouldn't be that far. And then this cave is the only cave I've actually been able to see that squid looking thing, to get its resources and its tentacles. I forget, I think it's to summon the alpha, either the alpha dragon or the alpha overseer. I just don't remember what it is off the top of my head. I have to search for it. However, once I clear that area, I went ahead and went straight to grab the artifact. Now, it's not hard to actually find it, just because there's actually a cave in the middle that goes underwater, and when you follow that path, it gives you straight to the artifact. I personally just wanted to clear everything out so I didn't have to worry about it, but it's really up to you how you want to go through it. If you want to actually clear the whole area before you go get it, or if you just want to have a straightforward shot at the artifact itself. It's really up to you. Alright, so I know that this video could have been a little bit shorter, especially with me actually taking the time to leave in everything that I took out of the inventories, everything I didn't need and anything. I just wanted to show you that you are able to get a lot of resources in this cave, and if you're not gonna cryopod everything and you want to have your dinos carry it all the way back to your base, depending where your base is at, that may or may not be possible. However, I went ahead and left those parts there just so you can see how much resources I actually ended up getting overall in this cave with all of my dinos combined, which was, I would say, is a pretty fair, good amount. And then this area right here, there are some loot drop boxes that you can grab. If you know, it's up to you want to grab or not. I usually try to get them after I kill all the aggro dinos here, just because it would just be my luck that I jump off my mount and I die, right? It's always happened to me before, so I always try to wait. But I mean, sometimes they have good loot, sometimes they don't. It's really up to you if you want to grab them. I always say if you get a chance, just grab them if you can. You might need something in there that may help you out in the future up in the land or whatnot. So the area that we're going to be grabbing the artifact is just up ahead. I do want to mention that there is an explore note that you can grab in this area too as well, so don't forget about that. Now this is the last artifact before we actually start taking care of the beta dragon, and then we're going to do the gamma overseer for this occasion. So again, thanks so much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful day.